Today I effed up by letting an Instagram DM sugar daddy pay off my credit card. This is OKOP, home of the craziest stories on earth. I'm Sam and Sophia. Would you let a sugar daddy pay off your credit card?
Yes.
Have you ever gotten those sugar daddy?
Yes, but
Instagram
they were.
DMs?
I assumed they were scams, so maybe I wouldn't do it.
Well, I mean, I think that the only
maybe
one
I was
way
given
to
the
find out,
opportunity.
you gotta take it all the way. You gotta
No,
say
I'm
like,
okay.
sure, take me out to dinner.
Nah, I
And
guess I
then they're
wouldn't
like,
do it.
all right, meet me in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do
And then
that.
they kidnap you.
Oh, and then I'm dead.
You're dead.
And my credit card is paid off.
Yeah. If you die, you don't have to pay off your credit card. So
Win-win.
you should thank him. This comes from Wrong Advance 9747. And they say, so I'm passively doom scrolling on Instagram when I receive a DM from a man whom I do not know. I am no stranger to scammers on Instagram, the ones who message you and say they want to help you out. I've always ignored them as they're obvious scams, but today was different. Call it a lapse in judgment or a sudden loss of brain cells. But I received a message from a man who seemed nice enough. Wait, Sophia, so when you've gotten these messages, what do they, like, how do they?
Hello, you are the most beautiful woman in the world.
In the world?
I would like to be your sugar daddy.
Is that how it goes, really? Dang, I wish I got that. I want to be called the most beautiful man in the world. Riley.
Hey, Sam, guess what?
Very
What?
strange.
You're the most beautiful man in the
I was
world.
gonna
Oh, you're the
message
most
you,
beautiful
say,
man in the
That's
world.
Sam,
semi-fit
you are
feet
the
pics.
most beautiful man in the world. I'd like to be your sugar daddy.
One guy, I have this okay story time about sugar daddies.
Amazing.
All right. He had a thought out profile with photos and stories, not your typical fake profile. We started chatting back and forth and things seemed normal. Then this man asked me to be his sugar baby.
Oh, so we hadn't asked it to begin with?
No, he just said,
Hey.
you're the most beautiful woman in the world.
In the well.
Immediately I tell him, A, I have no money. B, have no intention of sending him any money. And C, am not interested in being scammed. Of course, he launches into a grandiose speech about how he'd never scam me or ask me for money, that he'll be paying me. So there's no need to be worried. Apprehensively, I agree to keep talking to him. We exchange phone numbers and begin texting back and forth.
See, I wouldn't.
Would you exchange phone numbers?
I mean, I wouldn't have accepted this man's Instagram request.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten that far. I love
See,
that
and
he was
that's
like,
why
don't worry.
I
It's
will be sending you
completely
money."
fine. And she's like,
I
I guess I believe
Convinced.
you. You got
That's all I
me.
needed. A few days go by and we're chatting pretty regularly. I talk to him about work, his day. He asked me about my day. Things largely seem benign. At this point, I'm assuming I've met a lonely old man who is looking for some attention. We never talked in any sexual capacity, and he seemed to take genuine interest in my life. But fast forward a few days.
Until.
He texts me and tells me he's going to pay off my credit card, which we had previously talked about. I ask him how he intends to do so, and he becomes insistent on logging into my credit card account
That's
and adding his bank account information as the form of payment.
No. He has to send you, Venmo you.
Yeah, just Cash App.
Yeah. Don't let any.
You're going to do it right.
Yeah.
Use Cash App
Don't let
or
someone in-
Venmo.
Don't let someone into your bank account.
Yeah, don't give them any of your
Don't.
details.
Why would you ever do
That's
that?
very silly.
That's, yeah.
I was incredibly reluctant, as you should be.
Yeah.
Rule 1 of basic cybersecurity would dictate that should anyone ask for personal information, I should not give that said information. However, there I sat, weighing the risks and rewards. A young college student with a sizable amount of debt from living expenses, $2,000 plus, and a man seemingly willing to pay it all off
Okay, well, he should send the money. This is so
via Cash App. So I run the risk.
No.
I give him the login information
No.
and sit anxiously as I ponder all of the ways this man could ruin my life.
Oh my God.
Then-
Why would you?
The pending payment was posted, and I received an email confirmation. Immediately, I changed my password
Okay.
and thank him profusely. After a day or two, the payment clears and my card is paid off. The euphoria I felt in that
Wow.
moment is unmatched. We continue talking back and forth for about 2 weeks. Cut to last night at about 1 a.m. They're talking to 1 a.m.
About what?
I mean, he
They're
paid off her
live?
credit card bill. She's gotta give a little bit of a conversation back.
I guess so.
That's crazy.
I
That
mean,
risk really paid off.
It did. See, Sophia,
I
you're
would
missing
never
out
do-
with
yeah.
all those DMs that we get
My
on
credit
Instagram.
card bill.
I'm texting him about his weekend, and he asked me to run an errand for him. This is where the feeling in my gut that something was wrong started. He starts telling me,
where it started?
yeah, this is the point.
Ah?
He starts telling me that he needs gift cards for crypto trading.
What?
That's totally normal.
That's so normal.
So normal.
You need your bank account and social security number for crypto trading.
That I need to get the gift cards for him because I'm the only one he can trust. That once I purchased the cards with my credit line, he would pay it all back just as he did before.
No, that's where you cut your losses.
Sketchy. Naturally,
No.
I began to ask questions. Why do I specifically need to purchase the cards? Why can't he purchase them for himself? How many does he need, etc.? Quickly, his patience runs thin. He begins pressuring me to purchase the cards and telling me I owe him for paying off the card.
Nuh-uh.
Finally, I tell him outright no, that I'm uncomfortable and that he had promised I wouldn't ever have to pay any fees to give him money. Then he got very angry. I am not well educated on the SDSB dynamic,
Sugar daddy,
sugar baby dynamic,
baby.
but I do know that no one would ask anyone to do something of this nature unless they're doing some shady business. Yeah. Usually, like when people ask you to buy any kind of gift cards ever, it's a scam. Because,
Wait, for real?
well, yeah,
Like if someone was like, hey, could you go get me a Target gift card? Don't trust it.
don't trust it.
Why?
Never. Sophia asked me to get a Target gift card. I thought she was an undercover spy.
What?
No, but actually, like scammers and like hackers and such.
But why a gift card?
Gift card because it's untraceable.
Oh.
Because you can like redeem it really easily and it's untraceable.
That's true.
Yeah. Either he's scamming or laundering money. Regardless, I don't want to be involved. The man begins to ask for his money back, saying that if I don't pay him back in 24 hours, he'll make me regret my life.
My God. Go to the police.
I ask him how he wants to receive payment, and he provides an email I do not recognize. It was then that I realized I effed up. I start panicking and shaking. At first, I considered just sending the money and having it all over with. I was so embarrassed about the debt and terrified of my parents finding out. Ultimately, I knew I didn't have the money. In fact, I never had the money at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't given the money to pay the card. He added the payment to the account himself. So I deleted every social media I had and changed every password to everything I own. I blocked his phone
Oh my
number
God.
and began thinking of all or any information he really had on me and what he could do with it. Unfortunately,
Does he have her?
this man was persistent.
Oh, God.
I began receiving texts from the email telling me I'm not going to be smart and run away with his money.
Oh, my God. She's in like, this is
She's in too deep.
wild.
I was so
It's like
terrified.
mafia.
I began pretending that I was my own parent and that I was confused as to why he was looking to contact my child. That's kind of smart.
Oh, my God.
For some reason, he bought this. We interact briefly, and he tells me that I need to talk to my child and get him his money in 24 hours, or he'll be opening up an FBI case.
Okay, but if he opens up,
He's going to tell on himself.
yeah. What is he going to be? Like, I willingly paid off this young woman's debts.
And
And
I'm
now I'm
trying to
threatening
buy
her.
all of these gift cards for my shady illegal business.
Because I have a lot of birthdays coming up.
yeah. I got a big family. Come on. And they all love Target so much.
Yes.
I then reach a realization. I need to actually tell my parents. So I text them at the early hour of 3 a.m. telling them I effed up badly. We call and I tell everything about the debt, the man, the threats, all of it. Now I've come clean. My parents are helping me pick up the pieces and figure out the next step. Hard lesson learned. There's no such thing as free lunch.
For sure.
So TLDR, I met a man through Instagram DMs who wanted to help pay off my credit card debt. I allowed him to do so. And when I refused to purchase gift cards for him on my credit card, he began threatening me. I ended up telling my parents and learning a hard lesson. Yes, it's okay to roast me. Financial desperation apparently destroys your critical analysis skills.
Wait, but what happened?
That's it.
What?
That's where it ends.
So
But honestly,
it seems like she won.
That's what I was thinking. She got her credit card paid
Like
off.
she had a scare, but her credit card is
Nothing really bad has happened. He's
No,
probably
he
not even in
threatened
the
her.
U.S.
Yeah.
So it's like,
he's probably just threatening her so like to try and scare her into doing
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So
I don't
doesn't
think
have
he
that-
actually
yeah.
can do anything.
No, he can't start an FBI case.
Yeah.
How would he do that?
The FBI are going to know that it's sketchy as fuck. And
How,
they're like, you know
how
what?
do- yeah.
Do the FBI case. Go ahead.
Do it. Yeah.
Go ahead. See
I
what
dare
happens.
you.
But I have a little story time.
Oh, on credit card debt?
On
The FBI?
one of my friends. Yeah, one of my friends, she got an Instagram DM and was like, hey, how much for feet pics? Which is as something that many women have
Lucrative.
gotten, unfortunately.
Yep.
And he was willing to pay like $50 or like $100 or something. It was like a good amount of money. She's like, all right, I'm kind of down. Like, you send me the money first,
Yeah.
and then I'll send you the feet pics.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, there's one catch. All right. I can either send you $50 cash or I can send you $300 worth of matcha. And he was using
$300 worth of matcha?
and he was using, I think so
Well,
apparently
it was in the nice matcha?
he had a failed matcha business and he had all this matcha that he was like trying to offload by getting feet pics.
He's like, what is this matcha worth?
So
Feet.
question, would you trade one foot pic for $300
Oh,
worth
yeah.
of matcha?
Yeah. Matcha's expensive.
Matcha's expensive. And Sophia drinks matcha.
I do drink matcha. And I have feet.
He's gonna get so many DMs after this episode.
Sophia's
Oh.
feet pics. Everyone's in r/OKOP show.
Just send me matcha for free.
Yeah. We
Please.
need to get a P.O. box
Yeah.
so people can send us
Matcha.
weird, funny things. Someone in the comments has been saying that they want to knit us a little hat.
I would love that.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I only slightly know how to knit, and I'm not very good.
But you know what you are good at?
Reading.
This next story.
No, just reading.
Just reading in general.
Yeah,
Sophia is
I've
a fast reader.
I've worked really hard. I told someone over the phone that I was dead, and it affected my credit.
How does that mean your credit card goes like up to 800 immediately? Perfect credit? Because
You're dead?
you're dead.
Well, yeah, we don't know if it affected it negatively or positively.
I think it affects it positively. You know?
if you die,
Or maybe negatively because then they're like, oh, he's never going to pay back any of his shit
yeah,
now.
and then
or
it goes to,
positively because they can just take all of your money
Life
because you're
insurance.
dead.
But how did they find out?
Maybe they were the murderer the whole time.
The IRS.
The only thing true in life is IRS, taxes, and death.
Yep.
Which the IRS commits against people who
They
don't pay.
commit death.
They commit death. They murder.
Interesting. Well, anyway, Insatiate OG says, and this is from the OKOP subreddit. So
r/OKOP show. If you want to submit your own story, go to r/OKOP show, submit it there, or call us at 440-508-6567.
yeah, if you've ever told someone that you were dead and you weren't.
Let us
Wait
know.
a minute.
What?
How did they tell them they were dead over the phone?
Maybe they were like a family member or something.
Oh, they lied.
Yeah, it's like, hello.
Hello, I'm dead.
I am dead. Yeah, hello, and I am a ghost.
They're like, no, I gotta call the credit card
Erase
company.
my debt now, or you will be cursed.
Well, Insatiate OG says, in 2020, shortly after lockdown began, I transitioned to working from home. After a long day of my phone ringing continuously, I answered the last call of the day. It sounded like a call center. When they asked for me by name, I flippantly told the caller, she's dead. Great. It felt good to blow some steam off, and I
I'm
went
gonna
on my
do
merry
that
way.
to all of the scam callers now.
He's
Like,
dead.
he passed away.
Sam can't come to the phone right now.
He's dead.
Hope he says, it felt good to blow some steam off, and I went on my merry way, forgetting the brief encounter. A few weeks later, I tried to use one of my credit cards. It was declined, which I thought was weird since I had a low balance on it, but I had always had occasional purchases get declined for anything they deemed fraudulent. I paid for my purchase with a different card and forgot about it. Then it happened again a few days later. My credit card was declined, and this time I knew that the card balance was zero and that there wasn't anything weird about my purchase. I sighed and knew that I had to call the credit card company to see what was going on. Now, to say that Credit One's customer service sucks is an understatement. It's a card that I got when I was rebuilding my credit. They're terrible. Not only are their service fees predatory, their customer service reps are too polite to the point of being robotic and annoying. After waiting on hold, I finally reached a customer service rep. She got really quiet when I verified my account and said my name. She gets me to verify my information again. Then she states, "It says that you were reported as deceased in May
really
2020.
just gonna believe just a random person on the phone saying she's dead?
I guess so. They
They're
didn't
not gonna
follow up.
Yeah, they're not gonna do any background research.
No. I mean, I guess not.
Silly.
They're like, someone's trying to use her card. Someone must have
That
stolen
goes.
that. I was so confused. How could that have happened? I had stopped using that credit card as much since I had better credit and a card that actually granted rewards. Did they think because I wasn't using it as frequently that I had closed down the account? I was genuinely baffled. The account rep then says she can't speak to me about the status of the account because I'm listed as dead. I ask if my husband can speak with them instead. She says yes, but that she needs me to authorize his conversation since I am the primary card holder.
But she's dead
Yeah, so she's the primary card holder and she needs to authorize it, but also she can't
because
talk
she's
about the
listed as
account because
dead.
she's dead. My authorization was always required before my husband could speak to Credit One about our joint card. This was just part and parcel with their customer service practices. So they won't speak to me because I'm dead, but they need my verbal authorization to speak to him. Had I actually been dead, I'm not sure how this would have worked. I gave my approval and handed the phone to my husband to handle the rest of the call. He also noted how ridiculous it was that the dead person needed to provide the authorization for a legitimate
Yeah.
card holder. They're like, I'm sorry, we need
We need
your
to
dead
dig up your dead body and bring it back to life, Frankenstein style.
to get the authorization.
Yeah. So go do that.
Yeah.
Get some
Come on.
electricity. Go during a thunderstorm or something.
Yeah, and you have 30 days to complete this mission. I
That
thought
sounds
back.
like a good movie
Yeah. The credit card company is out for your blood.
called Death and Taxes.
Ooh,
Mm,
I like it.
right?
I thought back to May. Out of the recesses of my memory, I recalled my flippancy over the phone when I said I was dead. It was the credit card company who was reaching out to me. I didn't hear them because it was noisy on their side and I was at my wit's end on my side. How they determined that a customer was indeed dead is beyond my understanding. Perhaps because COVID was so new and misunderstood, they just assumed that I had died from that and didn't ask any further questions. But why would they?
But like, yeah, people are dying left and right.
Probably dead.
Probably dead.
Don't need to follow
Don't need
up
to
on that.
follow up. Why not?
Nope. But why would they just take the word of someone over the phone without any proof?
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like you would check. I feel like there's a process.
Check it like obituary or something.
Yeah. But why would they just take the word of someone over the phone without any proof? I checked my other accounts and I had not been reported dead anywhere else. So that was the end of my relationship with Credit One. Or so I thought.
Dun, dun,
Da!
dun.
I received a letter a few weeks later from the company addressed to the estate of Insatia OG, requesting my death certificate.
How are they still doing this? How are
That's
they
wild.
requesting a death certificate from the person that died?
Also, but like, she already called them.
Yeah.
She's already like, I'm alive.
Prove it. So you're alive certificate.
Sure. Now they want proof. I had to call them again. After an exhausting runaround, I finally got a hold of someone who could help me outside of their customer service reps. In order to prove that I wasn't dead, I needed to fax my proof to their office. That's right, it's 2020, and they wanted me to find a fax machine to prove that I wasn't dead. Did they want me to time travel 15 years to find a machine?
Dude, savage.
I was able to find an e-service to fax things for me. I paid off the remaining balance, all of which were fees, and that was the end of the Credit One saga. Or not.
Was there more?
Paying it off wasn't good enough. I had to contact them again to officially close the account. After that phone call, which I filmed in case of further shenanigans, I nor my estate heard from them ever again.
Thank the Lord.
They died.
Also, who calls who calls it an estate?
I don't know.
Unless you're like super wealthy.
Maybe they are.
Maybe they are.
No, I don't think so because They said that they were trying to pay off debt.
Well,
With the
they
credit
could have like millions of dollars of debt or something.
They're
from
really
buying
rich.
a castle.
Oh,
You know, rich people have debt too.
that's true.
Actually, rich people have more debt
yeah,
generally.
because they know how to work it all around.
They know
or
how to
whatever.
work the system. You know, Jeff
Mhm.
Bezos just takes out debt.
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah,
Pretty sucky.
so he doesn't have to pay any taxes.
You know the guy that did Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has like $1 billion in debt, and his net worth is $100 million.
What?
Yeah,
How does that work?
I don't know. He said he understands how to do it, and he's okay with having debt.
He has $1 billion of debt.
His net worth is $100 million.
What is he buying?
What? Yeah. What? Why?
Well, real estate,
He has $1
commercial real estate.
billion of debt.
Yep.
Pull that up, Riley.
Dude.
Pull that shit
Facts.
up. I don't
Give us
believe
the
that.
facts.
I have his book.
It's true.
You don't know that,
Yes, I did.
but you know what? You do
Yep.
know.
Here we go. Yahoo Finance says Rich Dad Poor Dad Robert says he's $1.2 billion in debt.
Rich
Boss. The bank.
Rich-
Rich
he's
dad, poor dad, Robert
1.2
Yowski. says
billion
he's
dollars in debt. If I go bust, the bank goes bust. What does that mean?
Oh, like if he, I think he's saying if I do poorly, then the bank loses $1 billion. Like if I go bankrupt, then I can't pay off $1 billion that I was loaned.
I don't know.
The bank
His
fails, I guess.
thought process of money and
I want to
finance
know
goes
what everyone
beyond me.
else thinks. How does this work? Put your answers in the comments.
Yeah, maybe that like he just
It's like leveraging debt or something.
yeah, like they're like the bank is like, oh well, if we don't help him, we lose all this money. I don't know.
I was interpreting it as if I was to go bankrupt, then the banks would already be bankrupt. And so there's like, they couldn't even come after me because they're bankrupt.
Yes.
I don't know. But you know what I do know?
This next story.
I'm going to read this next story. That's what I know. My boss opened up a credit card in my name and did the same to 2 coworkers. And this comes from Tronlon.
Tronlon.
Tronlon, you're in trouble.
You're in a Tronlon
Identity theft
of
is not a
trouble.
joke.
Jim.
Jim,
That's so true. Yeah.
this is OKOP, home of the craziest stories on earth. I'm Sam and Sophia. Do you think identity theft is a joke?
No, Jim.
It's not.
It's not a joke.
So this comes from Tronlon.
Tronlon.
As if being underpaid at my job isn't enough, I just found out my boss opened up a credit card in my name. I work at a mom and pop type business in graphic design, and my boss is the same guy who hired me. 2 days ago, I got a call from Capital One asking about unusual charges on my credit card. The rep went over a couple of charges, and I had literally no idea what she was talking about.
Uh-oh.
I told them it looked like those charges weren't on my app, and the rep said she tried calling at a different phone number, but it was disconnected. She confirmed I had 2 credit cards through them, but I only have 1. The rep told me my other account, my actual account, had no strange charges, but a different one opened only in December was nearing its credit limit, and there were 2 large charges at different Walmart stores. You know, Shaquille O'Neal holds the record for Walmart purchases at $70,000
Oh,
70,000
wow.
in one go?
in one go.
How? Did he buy the Walmart?
He bought like a bunch of stuff for other people.
Oh,
okay,
he
that's
did? I
nice.
thought like he got a new apartment and he was like, I need a ton of stuff.
You could look it up. I'm not. Let me know.
It was like,
Curious.
I have $70,000 to spend. I'm going to spend it
All at
all
Walmart.
at Walmart.
Yeah, I think he was buying stuff for
That
other
makes
people. I asked for the address on the accounts, and one was mine. The other, which I had no idea about, was the home address for my boss. They canceled the card and said I might get contacted by their fraud department. Yesterday, I told my team about it, and 2 of them immediately chimed up. They had their identity stolen last month with credit cards opened in their name.
Oh my God.
The boss, who works remotely, told about a dozen of us at the end of November we needed to fill out updated W-9s because the company was moving to a new system, and send them to him. One of them ran
their
home
information.
on lunch and grabbed the letter they were sent from the credit card company. The phone number is 1 number off of our boss's cell phone number, and the address is the UPS store in the town where he lives.
Oh my God. He did not cover his tracks at all.
I've put up a lot working here, but this is absolutely the last straw.
That's just
The
illegal.
work environment is middling at best, but the pay is horrible. I'm calling in sick today and starting to look for something that actually works for me and pays me at least what I'm worth.
They're not going to go to the police.
What else should I be doing
Okay.
other than calling the cops?
Okay.
Thank you so much for the advice. I'm going to post an update as soon as I have one. So, what do you think you should do? Confront the boss? Call the
No, that's
cops?
absolutely a lawsuit. You get everyone who's involved, you get them to
Class
compile.
action.
Yeah. Class action lawsuit against the boss. Because you have the credit card company information, you have the proof that you're like, you're like, oh, this is the P.O. box, this is the number. And then you compile that all together. And you don't tell the boss about it. You just go to
Because then he could
he could change.
he could cover his tracks. I
Could
feel like
cover his tracks.
you go straight to the
lawyer.
police and then police,
Yeah.
lawyer, and talk to the other people too.
Yeah.
And also, is it 70,000?
Yeah,
Yeah, they just-
70,000.
Dude, let's freaking go.
Oh.
He got traded from Miami to Phoenix and had an empty apartment, and then just bought $70,000 worth of stuff to put in the apartment.
Oh, that's
so
not as
it
cool
wasn't
as
for
if
other
you got
people.
it for other people.
But he does like go to Walmart and like
And buy stuff for other
buy
people.
stuff for people.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
what? I don't.
Like he'll see like a kid looking at a bike and be like, "Oh, you want that bike?"
I just don't understand.
Boom.
Like,
That's awesome.
okay,
So-
that part is cool.
Watt Moth 61 says,
Moth.
so your boss is not the owner. Is he related to the owner? Nope, he responds, correct. There are two managers who are both off-site and the owner who is on-site. The manager who requested the W-9 was hired last summer. As far as I know, he has no connection to the owner at all. They are definitely not related.
Mm.
A lawyer friend of mine told me to remove this. I'll provide an update when I can. This is from additional information in the comments.
Okay.
This comes from Daniel Calderon 99. You need to tell all of your coworkers to check their credit immediately. You're also going to want to call the police like today. If he did it to you and a couple of others, my guess is he probably is going to do it to every single person who sent him a W-9. I'd take a couple of immediate steps if I were you. Get a police report, because if the credit card companies think you might be lying, they'll do what they can to screw you over. Start a credit monitoring service like this one and check your credit. If he's opening one credit card in your name, he might have opened several. Freeze your credit so that he can't do any more damage. You said you work for a small company. I don't know if you have an HR department, but that would be my next stop. If you don't, time to hit up the owners, but don't tell them you're about to leave. And then OP responds, I'm going to be doing all three. Obviously, I'm not going to let this slide. And then here's an edit. I worded that badly. I filed the initial report already. I was contacted by a detective
Whoa.
late last week for more information. Supposedly, they might need a subpoena for one of the companies because getting them to release anything without a court order is impossible. This takes time. I started the credit monitoring service and it looks amazing. I saw some stuff on there I didn't even know about. I put a freeze on 2 of my credit reports, but Equifax is making it difficult. And there is a big juicy update. But what do you think is going to happen?
I'm hoping that it seems like they've OP's taken the proper steps. So I'm hoping that they get this class action lawsuit going, and this boss gets arrested.
I'm hoping so too.
Because they were, I don't know. I'm surprised that they were talking about it so casually in the beginning.
What? Oh, casually like
Yeah, they're
saying,
like,
oh, yeah, my identity got stolen.
I'm gonna leave the company.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a huge deal.
This is like a big, like I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a article about this.
Yeah, stealing all of your company's information, like your
all of your employees'
information. How often
information.
does this happen too?
I don't know, because
It seems too easy.
yeah. They just gave them their W-9,
We'll be getting these
which has
smart
all
ideas.
of their banking information.
Yeah, I could do that to you guys right now.
I
But
knew it.
let's get into the update.
Yeah.
My company put the manager on unpaid leave a couple of days after they were contacted by a detective about the open cards. 4 of us ended up filing police reports on the same day. A couple of days later, I got an alert from a credit monitoring company saying someone tried opening a Discover card in my name. They put a stop to that. One of my coworkers got a call back from the detective on Tuesday and told him a judge signed off on a warrant for identity theft. I forgot the
Okay.
exact term for the criminal complaint last week. Apparently, the detective was able to get video footage from a store of our boss using a credit card registered in the coworker's name. Our boss also drove a car registered to him and from the store, all visible on surveillance. Our boss also drove a car registered to him to and from the store, all visible on surveillance. So they caught him red-handed.
He didn't cover his he didn't even try to cover his tracks.
He's not doing it right.
He's not.
He could
He's
totally
just
do it so
stealing.
much better. You think you could?
Yeah.
If you had to steal my identity and cover your tracks, do you think you could?
I could steal your driver's license and it would work.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Sophia does look like me.
It would be
Get
perfect.
a haircut.
Yeah.
I wonder if you got my same haircut. Like,
Well, I don't know.
what, your hair's like this right now?
Yeah, split it down the middle. It looks bad.
Yeah. Yours more like fluffy.
We'll style it. We'll get you a wig.
All right. We'll put on the same wig.
Yeah.
See how,
And then we'll ask you guys to tell us
yeah. Who is who?
who's who. Can you
Let
figure
us
it out?
know. The detective said the sheriff's department or the state's attorney's department made sure to include the boss's state in the extradition limits for the warrant. My coworker said the reason the detective called is because the detective was called by another detective in the city where our boss lives. Cops in that city have tried pulling him over 3 times in the last month, with the last stop being on Monday. All 3 times, he just doesn't stop. The place has a zero pursuit policy, so they
What?
have to let him go, and they think he might be armed. So they just don't.
They have a zero
Chase him?
pursuit. They like turn on the sirens and they're like, well,
All right.
there he goes.
Like,
Guess
we
we
can't
can't
do
do
anything.
anything about that.
Well, I think there's more policing things like that as of like the last couple of years,
Yeah.
where like for San Francisco, I don't believe they arrest people for anything nonviolent.
Makes sense. I feel like if it's nonviolent, then
Yeah. Because then he'd be in more credit card debt if he like injures a car. Like,
He
I'd
enters a
rather
car.
them stop like a murderer than like someone that stole
it also
credit
can be
card.
dangerous to
fraud.
pursue cars, I guess.
Which is
like
why
for
they
other
have
people on the road.
a non-pursuit.
Yeah.
And it's not again like he's doing like credit card fraud. So
He's a credit card
He's
thief. He's not
fine.
hurting anyone.
yeah, he's not
physically.
hurting anyone, just financially.
Imagine
Yeah.
like having your mailbox demolished because someone like stole credit cards.
because someone
They're
crashed
pursued it.
into
Yeah.
yeah. I would be fine with that.
You'd be okay with that?
Yeah, we don't have a mailbox.
Yeah.
Well, it's just our front door.
They crashed.
I guess I would be pretty pissed if they crashed into our front door.
Yeah.
Uh,
Causes more
and then they stole your
problems.
credit.
and then they stole my credit. Yeah.
In that order.
The house where he is supposed to live is empty out as well. The detective for my old city told my coworker he's still waiting on other surveillance footage in regards to the rest of the complaints, including mine, and they'll likely be added on as additional counts. But they want to get him in custody first. From what it sounds like, he'd have to go through the system on his felony eluding charge first. Then he could be extradited here to see a judge about the identity theft.
Where do they work?
I don't know. He said like he's doing design, but what like what is this guy spending this on?
I don't know, because it said that he took out 2 big charges from
Like
Walmart.
OKOP, but presumably he's also spending making large charges on these other
Yeah.
accounts.
and like if you're opening up that many cards, what each card probably has like a couple
A limit,
$1,000 limit. So
Yeah, so maybe he's just maxing out the limit.
but what is he spending on?
Gift cards.
Gift cards. Honestly, that's probably the way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another update. A final update. I had almost forgotten about this post until a few days ago. Wouldn't say it's a happy ending.
Oh.
Is this guy gonna get away?
Yeah, they're like, we have a no pursuit
Yeah,
policy
yeah.
on like
He
credit
just
card
left.
theft.
Yeah, we asked him like, "Hey, can you get arrested?" He's like, "Nah,
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
okay."
hey, can you stop with the credit card theft? And, he
he's
said
like,
no. So
I'm having fun.
we decided not to pursue it.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do. I'm sorry.
Our hands are tied because he tied them, and we couldn't do that.
We couldn't do it. We also have a non what's a no resisting
pacifist
cause.
clause.
Yeah, we're the pacifist police. The silver lining is that it only took about 3 weeks and the card that wasn't mine was out of my name. My credit score went up like 90 points.
Oh.
I also started a new job with decent pay bump and far more time off. So,
Wait, did he improve OP's credit score?
okay. So the silver lining is it only took about 3 weeks. And basically it took 3 weeks for the card to be put out of OP's name.
Okay.
And then the credit score went up 90 points. So everything is great.
Everything's perfect.
Except, a couple of months ago, my old boss who was fired ended up getting killed in a car accident.
Wait, the thief?
The thief. About a day later, it came out that he had most likely murdered an elderly woman and stole her car. Her daughter went to her house when she didn't answer the phone and found her mother shot and her car and purse missing. His car was parked on the street a block away. Apparently, he fled police stops about 3 or 4 times before crashing into a metal electric pole, no seatbelt. He was fleeing from police again in the stolen car. They found meth and a gun inside. Riley,
This was that's probably why they didn't put the update in there.
that's crazy.
What?
I know. I told you it was gonna get dark.
I thought this was just credit card theft.
See, this is why we pursue. This is why we arrest. This is why we don't want the pacifist police. We want the police that are going to arrest this dude.
Did you know you can make like meth with the materials in Walmart?
Have you tried?
And a person in my life told me about this.
And they did it?
Maybe that's what he was doing.
I don't think he did it, but he said
yeah. You could make all sorts of
But
drugs.
that's probably why he had so much time at Walmart or money
Oh,
I don't know.
spent cooking.
Like
The theory.
Breaking Bad.
Theory.
I got a call from a lawyer because I was one of the ones who reported the credit card fraud. We talked for maybe about 10 minutes about what happened to me, and he filled me in about what has happened since. There are now 2 lawsuits. There are now 2 lawsuits going through the works, supposedly. One is from the family of the woman he probably murdered. They're saying basically the police failed to apprehend him before she got killed, which is true.
They did. He was running red lights or whatever. He was speeding.
He was
Reckless
evading.
driving.
Oh yeah, he was evading police.
Yeah.
How is there a no pursuit thing?
Let me look up what
I
states
just don't
have
understand
that.
why
Yeah,
he
what?
didn't.
Like what? It's probably
It seems
county
like he
thing.
just kept getting away with everything.
Yeah. That lists all the police departments and cities involved. The other is from his family going after the sheriff's department and county, which chased him and led to the crash. I doubt I have to testify, as the lawyer was mainly concerned about the specific events leading to me knowing it was my old boss who stole my identity. Sounds to me like everyone is just going for the settlement money. Just figured I'd let everyone know what happened. TLDR, he won't be stealing anyone else's identity anymore.
Unless he just called the credit card company and told them he was dead.
Yeah. Maybe this is all a ruse.
Yeah, he faked his
He
death.
faked his death so he wouldn't have to pay the credit card stuff.
Yeah,
Pretty smart if you ask me.
that would be pretty smart. That's wild. That was a wild end.
I was
I
not
thought they
prepared
were
for
going
that.
to. We don't even know if there was a lawsuit, but we don't know what happened.
No. We don't have that update. We stopped right there.
Wow.
Honestly, I'm not mad with where we stopped. It's not great, but
My God.
okay. California restricts pursuits to cases involving serious offenses. What is a serious offense?
Murder.
Really?
I would
well,
say
yeah.
so. Anyone that's harming anyone.
But if I'm like stealing stuff,
No, they probably would.
Yeah.
they won't pursue me
Probably
if I'm
not.
stealing stuff.
Let's get a call a cop right now. Call 911.
So
Don't call 911.
one of Christian's friends was speeding and then basically evaded this cop on a motorcycle in a high speed pursuit and then got the helicopter called on him and he got away, but then the helicopter was tracking him all the way to his house and then the police came to his house
What?
and he was on probation when we met him.
My God.
Yeah.
Wait, how did the helicopter do that?
Well, they
Because
have the
they
light.
get tracked from up high, so
Yeah.
that even if they get away from the ground police, the helicopter's still following you and seeing where you are. Yeah.
Wow. I would lay low for a while.
Yeah, go hang
Did he
out.
never play GTA?
Yeah, dude, you got to go to a parking structure. That's the way to do it. Sophia, right? Smart, huh?
I don't know if I should fist bump
Ah,
that.
come on,
Ditch
fist
the
bump.
bike.
Fist bump.
I'll tap it.
All right.
I don't know if we should be condoning this
I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying it's a good idea.
or telling people how to do it.
If you're ever trying to get out of a high-speed
No,
chase,
don't steal people's credit
go
cards.
to a parking
Don't
structure.
flee the police.
Just don't get caught.
You know what else is interesting?
This next story.
Today I effed up by pulling out my customized credit card on a first date. Oh no. What do you think is on this customized credit
You
card?
should never pull out on a first date
Facts.
the credit card.
Oh,
What do you
Yeah.
think is on the card, Sam?
I think I don't
think
know.
it's like an anime thing.
I was thinking weeb shit. Yeah, anime, big titty anime girl.
Well, let's see.
That's a weeb term. wait, you know about what term?
Okay.
What's the term?
Stop it.
What's the term?
No! 1690. What?
69.
Oh, you got me.
That's not the term.
That's the title.
What is it called?
his username.
That's his username.
69.
1690.
Nice.
You got me. You tricked me.
Wait. Really quick question. If you were dating a boy and takes you to a really nice restaurant and then takes out the credit card and it's one of the big titty anime ladies, is that a red flag?
Yes. It's a huge red flag.
Why?
I feel like it's pretty obvious.
Tell me.
It's bad.
Why?
What do you mean? Why?
Because he's objectifying women.
Thank you, Riley.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
Maybe it's just his favorite character, like
No.
how Charmander's his favorite character.
Wrong.
Then why did he get that?
Because he's in love with his
Yeah, that's
waifu.
weird.
Then why is he on a date with Sophia?
Objectifying. Yeah. Go.
If he's in love with her.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Exactly.
To be clear, I'm not defending having.
It sounds like you are. It sounds like you've got a customized credit card.
I'm caught.
Imagine.
She's real to me.
What's that
Okay.
one meme? She's beautiful to me.
She's beautiful to me.
69ing says.
What's the emoticon? What- You know when they do the anime things.
I just know
There's like, oh boy,
This one?
I love.
the
my God.
NPCs.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's.
I don't know what's going on.
You
This all happened.
I'd like to point something out really quick.
What?
Sophia watches way more big titty anime than me.
That's not even true.
That is so true. I remember. Okay.
Yeah, because as a teenager, I watched anime, but I don't really watch anime now.
I remember. Wow, fuck. I was talking to Ishan about
Yes.
one of the show. What's the show?
Fairy tale. That
Fairy
was my
Tale.
first
That's
one.
big titty anime.
Yeah. That was my first anime. I progressed from there. I was like 12.
So between the two of us, who is more likely to have a credit? Yeah, wait, look it up.
But I've found good anime now. Anyway, let me get into the story.
you, Thea.
Jesus. This
Even
all
if you're a weeb.
I'm not though. This all happened because the grocery store by my house always asks to check the signature on the back of my credit card every time I go. Usually it's just more annoying than anything else, except a couple weeks ago when I got my card replaced and I went into the store before signing the back and they refused to let me use that card to pay. When I
Why?
got home that night, I decided to put a message on the card instead of my name because I was sure they never even read it, even though they require me to show it every time. Fast forward, I'm on a first date with someone I consider out of my league for many reasons, but the date is going well. Yay! Until it was time to pay.
Oh
Place your
no.
bets.
Place your
What do you
bets?
think it says? Now we know it's just
says-
words. It's just words.
Maybe it was a drawing.
No, it's just words.
Could be a drawing.
No, it's
You wrote something on the back.
yes, words.
Or drawing.
Probably like alpha male.
The place we went to was pay by phone, and I needed to add my new card info into my phone to pay. As I'm focused on inputting all my info, she asks, "Does your credit card say I eat ass?" I froze and got beet red. It took me a second to realize what she was talking about, and I somehow stammered my way through an explanation. It was weird.
And she's like, it's okay. Let's get out of here.
She never laughed, but said she understood and assured me that she thought it was funny.
Oh, she understood that somebody.
Dessert on me.
The verdict is still out on if I will ever see her again. It sounds like, I mean, he says she didn't laugh. But
Yeah. Well, no, she
like,
did.
it's funny. No,
Yeah,
he said she didn't laugh, but she said she thought it was funny.
Oh, that's okay.
She was like, that's funny.
If you saw that on someone's credit card,
I'd be like, wow, that's funny.
that's how you would say it.
Yeah, no. You'd be like, oh my God, no, like it was a prank. I was pulling a
you're
joke.
like,
I'm like, no, I understand.
cool.
It's
funny.
funny.
That's totally how Susie shut us down on.
No, you pulled
on
out
the
an
dating
orange. She was
show.
like, oh yeah, that's funny.
That's like exactly what she said.
Well, that's the whole story. We'll never know if they got together.
So what anime are you watching now? If it's not the big titty anime
Well, I'm not
anymore.
really watching any anime
Is
right
that
now.
a category of anime?
Big titty anime?
You're referring
Has
to fan
be.
service, like anime that has a lot of fan service in it.
What does that mean?
Fan service is whenever, like, whenever you see women with like just like huge boobs, and it's like as close to like, you know, kind of pornography that they can get legally.
Hentai. That's what you're looking for.
No, fan service is what I'm looking for, but that's also a term. It's just they also call it fan service
Mm.
when they have a lot of that.
Mm.
It's like the weird parts of anime that you're like, why is this in it? Fan service.
Where it's like a little creepy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But I have found the best anime of them all.
What?
It's called Skip and Loafer. It has 0 weird stuff in it.
No fan service?
0, which is shocking. Like any person who watches anime knows there's always like a little, like, you know,
A little fan service.
you're like, oh, it's going well. And then someone's like 28 dating a 17-year-old. Yeah.
Is that fan service?
No,
Oh.
it's just weird. But it's literally so cute.
A takeout girl tipped herself using my credit card. And this comes from punching the air right now.
Did OP not
Tip? We'll see. So I work in a pretty busy, popular seafood restaurant. I just recently got hired about 2 weeks ago and was getting trained at the bar today. After my training session, I was scheduled to serve tables for the night between 3 and 4. I had my break. So you need someone else to ring out your food for you. And I asked the takeout specialist at the time. She rang in my order, cashed me out. And when I turned around, she tipped herself 20% and said, thanks for the tip, with the snarkiest little smile on her face. She's a 17-year-old high school girl who plays travel soccer. Takeout doesn't usually make shit in tips, so they make more hourly. I acted like I didn't care in the moment, but man, that shit really irked me. It was only $7, but Jesus, man, that could have gone towards my employee meal for tomorrow or something. And any of the other servers would have kicked her shit in. They don't play. It's just a dumb situation because after today, I can't bring it up again. Otherwise, I look stupid for bitching around $7. Just sucks, you know? Really didn't like that.
Wait, she just stole the money?
I think she was
In front of
flirting. Sounds like flirting.
Weird form of flirting. I'm confused. So they both work at this place, and she took his card? I don't understand how that happened.
I think she like automatically just tipped 20%. You know, when people are like, hey, like, can you choose what to tip?
I know, but how, like, but she works there. They both work there. So why does the tip affect them?
Like, because he was like, oh, I'm going to order food for myself at the restaurant.
Oh, wait, I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes, okay. So he was buying food and then,
He had
Yeah.
a park. And she was like,
Well, here it is. The very much requested update.
Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you who took time out of your day to be there for me. I really didn't expect the post to blow up like this and get so much attention. I was just venting after a long day, and the love I received in return was so overwhelming. I needed it. Every word from every person. Thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for reminding me of my worth. So I went in today at 11:45. Man, I was hurting.
worth more than $7.
Yeah. As I was clocking in, I managed to catch the general manager in the office. I asked her if she had a moment, which she said she did. And I asked if there was an unspoken rule where servers had to tip takeout for putting together employee meals. She said no. Why? I explained what happened yesterday, and she apparently was already made aware of the situation. There were a few servers around who heard the whole thing go down. They vouched for me yesterday while I wasn't around. She offered my cash back and explained that the money wasn't my issue. It was the principal. She could be stealing from other employees, guests, who knows? My general manager assured me she would take care and address the issue. I thanked her for her time and then proceeded to make it a mission of mine to tell the other two managers to ensure that everyone was made aware of what this girl is capable of doing when the backs are turned.
Steal $7.
They'll steal. They were astonished. Totally on my side. Called it what it was. There was no sympathy for her. It was theft. Point blank, period. They made sure all the managers were made aware of what happened and reassured me that this would not go unnoticed. Dumb chick also, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Dumb chick also didn't help her case today.
Love that.
I don't love that.
Calling a 17-year-old girl.
How old is OP? OP is, I think, around the
Gotta be
same
older.
age. I don't know. Feels a little misogynistic.
I don't, does this not feel okay? Definitely not cool, and she should not have done that. Is it drama?
It feels like a little drama.
It feels a little drama.
But, you know, you should be stealing.
You should not be. Like, she should get in trouble, absolutely. But he's like, this is like, I needed you guys to tell me what I was worth.
Yeah, I know. It feels a lot over $7.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe he has a vendetta.
But no, she
Managers
definitely needs to
caught
get in
an
trouble.
ear of her speaking to me in a disrespectful manner. All I had to do was make eye contact with them, and there was a mutual understanding that this girl really is a problem. Now, as far as her punishment goes, I only know so much. She did get written up, she was spoken to in the office, and she ended up getting cut early from her position tonight. On the way out, she gave me an angry little hissy fit glares. I laughed in her face, gave her the same little snarky smile that she gave me yesterday, and she goes, just so you know, I really don't care where I stand in your life. I laughed again louder this time and said, hey, thanks for the tip.
Oh, mic drop. Mic drop.
This story had a happy ending. I made really good money today, had lovely tables, and walked out feeling a lot better than I did last night. So thanks, guys. I wouldn't have done this without you, and I'm really happy that I did.
And I
Wait.
guess that worked out really well.
Is OP a guy or a girl?
I think a guy.
OP, I think, is a guy,
We actually don't know.
but we don't know. I don't know if we ever got the gender of OP. But yeah, I think definitely wrong of her.
Ew, yeah.
To
She should have gotten
steal.
rid of. Yeah. She should have to
Definitely
pay
should
back
have gotten
the
written
tip.
up. Definitely
Yeah.
should have gotten paid.
Yes.
But she potentially is doing this to other people.
Yeah.
I think OP maybe made a bigger deal about it
Yeah.
than it needed to be. I think all it needed to be is like, hey, this person did this thing.
Yeah.
Let
Can
me
you
get it
like,
addressed.
yeah. No, that's what I was thinking.
But I don't know, like the whole like I'm worth more or something. Well, maybe OP's self-confidence is really fragile,
Yeah.
and they needed this.
Yeah.
You know,
She stole $7.
She stole
She's like,
$7.
my self-confidence is the trash.
self-confidence in the trash. Hey, that could be like 30 minutes of someone's
Yeah.
working time. That's
I mean, that's true.
no good. But you know what is good?
Next story.
The updates of Riley's love life.
Oh.
Riley, we have some updates because we had another potluck.
We had another potluck. So did I inform them about last potluck?
I don't know if you did, but give them an update.
Last potluck, there was a person that came and she was super cool. We hung out. We really vibed. We were playing Guitar Hero in my room
Till 3 a.m.
till 2 a.m.
This was the fateful night where
It was a fateful night.
everyone was up very late.
Everyone.
Check that out.
Anyways, so we're hanging out and we vibed, like emotionally, we made out. Then I'm like texting her. It seems like it's going pretty well. And then after that, she just kind of ghosts me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I know a friend of hers. And I was like, yo, dude, could you give her this note? Because it was around Valentine's Day. And give it to her. And I said, will you be my Valentine? Yes or no? And she got it. She didn't respond, but then she texted me the next day and was like, Riley, that was so sweet of you, yada, yada, yada. It sounded like she was friend zoning me. So I just like,
What did she say specifically?
she said, oh boy.
She said, I just want to be friends, right?
She said, this is what she said. She said,
Sounds pretty point
the
blank.
note you gave my buddy was so sweet and you were a very kind-hearted person. I did want to let you know, although we had a great connection, I don't think I can maintain / adventure into a relationship. I love getting to know you, but I don't want to lead you on in any way.
Yeah,
Lead you on. Thank you for being so sweet. I'd love to be friends and still have you around in that way. So I was like, oh, she friends on me. I'll probably never see her again. Not going to text her back. Then last night happened. She shows up at the potluck.
Ooh.
And I'm like, gosh, but she's such a vibey person. So I just look at her and I flip her off.
You flipped her off?
Yeah. And she went, wait, no. And then we talked and I was like, hey, I'm so heartbroken.
I thought you were joking when you said
No,
that.
I
You
did
flipped
that.
her off?
But it's Monica. She's so cool about it. But she came up and she's like,
Riley,
don't hate me. Yada, yada, yada. And so we worked it out. She does want to be my friend. But like, then she said
God,
something
Riley.
like, hey, in March, I'm going to New York for a month. And whenever I get back, I'm willing to like look into something relationship wise. And
Whoa.
I'm like,
wait,
what
she
is-
said that?
You flipped
She
her
said
off
that.
and then she said that?
yeah, but it was a joke. The flip off was a joke. Because
Wait, she said she's willing to look into something relationship wise.
she said she wants to like, she doesn't want to, I don't, but the thing is, I think
what did she say exactly?
I don't remember. She looked really good, and I was just like staring at her face, and like couldn't really make out what she was saying. I was just glad she was talking to me. But like she was like, "Hey, sorry, I don't want to. I just want to be friends because like I'm going. It's a lot's going on, a lot of work. I'm just like overstimulated. A lot's going on. I'm like, I understand. I hope everything's okay." And then she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to New York for a month to watch my sister's house. Whenever I get back, hopefully I'm go through a cleansing phase or whatever." I don't know what she meant by cleansing, but she was like, maybe we can
she
like
needs to go through a cleansing
not
phase.
cleansing. I don't know, like get away for a while,
Okay.
kind of thing. Yeah, don't maybe not cleansing, but like just get away for a while.
Yeah.
She said whenever she gets back, she's like maybe
Down
would,
to
like
explore something.
yeah, but then again, I feel like she's leading
How
me
do you
on.
interpret that, Sophia?
Yeah,
Oh,
What did I just
okay.
like?
As a woman.
And then after that, I said, "Have a good night."
So-
She then texted me later and said, "Thanks for not hating me," and I still haven't texted her back.
Text her back.
Why?
Because to establish a friendship.
This is true.
yeah, Riley, women are not just romantic or sexual
Thank you.
objects.
Well, but like I don't want to be. I don't look at women like that. I have so many women that are my friends.
That's true. And that's a good sign.
But
We've
like,
talked about this.
if I
It's a
do
green
see
flag.
someone as a romantic interest, I think it would just be playing with my heartstrings to be friends with her. And she lives a far away amount,
But
so like,
I don't think you have to be friends with her necessarily. Like,
so I don't need to text her back.
no, you do. You do.
What?
It's polite. It's politeness.
Okay, what should I say then? I still do hate you.
No.
I still hate you, but it's a little bit.
That's kind of
No.
funny. That's funny.
I'm gonna say that I still.
No, you're good. I'll never
hate-
forgive you, but it's totally fine.
I'll never forgive you.
But yeah, we're good. Do that.
Okay.
I'll never
That's fine.
forgive you, but yeah, we're good.
Forgive
That's
you.
funny.
But like,
Yeah.
should I go after this, guys?
I don't think
Or should
I don't think
like
you should go after this now.
put it
Wait
in
I think-
until April.
Yeah, if you happen to still be single in April
Happen
and she
to
comes
be.
back, and then you can like think about it. But at this
True.
point, just be
Oh,
polite.
then I told her what I was gonna get her for Valentine's Day, and she was like, "Dude, I fumbled the bag," and I was like, "Yeah, you did." Yeah, she's a vibe. But yeah, that's what's going on in my life.
Today I effed up by using a credit card and now I might be looking at prison time? This is OKOP, home to the craziest true stories on earth. I'm Sophia and Sam.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to prison?
Yeah, I have. My name's Prison
hard.
Mike. Have you seen the
Uh.
Prison Mike episode?
Have you ever used a credit card?
No. Credit cards mean you'll die. You'll die if you're in debt. And I don't want to die.
What do? Do you use a credit card and they send you to prison?
Well, you make sure that you buy enough cigarettes with the credit card that you have to create a new economic system within the prison, and then put yourself on top of that economic system by being the liaison between all the cigarette deals.
You heard it here first. So, Magic Cone 2571 says, story time. About 8 years ago, my grandmother got a credit card. I, at the
Yay.
time, needed some funds, so I asked her if I could use it. She said sure and added me as a user on the account. What? I got a card with my name and everything. Anyways, I used it, paid the bill, and managed the account for about 4 years. That's so chill. She's just like, yeah, you can use my credit card.
Dude, grandma's cooking it up.
She's loaded. In 2012, I got a knock on my door from a detective.
2012, this is ages ago.
This is ages. This is about 8 years ago. I actually know it's more than. Where did you find this? In 2012, I got a knock on the door from a detective. Not knowing any better, big mistake number 2. I agreed to talk to him without a lawyer. They were investigating me for fraud and abuse of an elderly person.
Uh-oh.
There was no denying that I used the card, but I guess since my grandmother was diagnosed with memory issues a few months earlier, using the card constituted fraud. They had photos of me using the card, the whole works. Biggest problem at the time was that I just put all my vacation money for an upcoming trip on the card so I could use it. I had no personal credit at the time. The detective told me to stop using the card. Sadly, I had to on vacation. After that, I heard nothing from no one. I thought the matter had been settled. Fast forward to a few months ago.
Wrong.
I got a call back from the detective looking for some paperwork. I sent him what I have and went on with my life. Now I started using the card again after a year, thinking the issues had been resolved. So I know I am in trouble. Why does OP keep using it?
Just get a new card.
Get a new card.
It's so easy.
If the detectives
if
come
the guy
knock
in the
on your
first or second story could just open up random cards from his employees,
you can
can't
open up
too.
a new card. I just don't understand why they opened up a new card on their grandmother's
I don't know.
account.
Yeah, better credit score.
Better credit,
I guess, but like, why
maybe
does
like the credit limit wasn't that high?
Maybe, but like, why do they keep? I just don't understand why OP would keep using this when people have been knocking on their door about fraud.
I have no idea.
And today I found out how much trouble I'm really in. I am being charged with a Class A felony.
Oh shit!
Theft over $5,000, looking up to 10 years and or $20,000 fine. Legal fees are going to get me before that. The only lawyer who can properly handle my type of case is $250 an hour.
Put it
and
on
like
the credit card.
Yeah. And like $4,000 minimum per court case. I'm looking at anywhere from $20K to $35K in legal fees.
That is insane.
Whoa. My income is too high for a public defender. It is all bad. Either prison,
Wait,
a
so if
fine.
your income is so high, why don't you
Why
have
did you
your own
use
credit card?
I don't get it. Why is this person so bad at credit card stuff? It is all bad. Either prison, a fine that will bankrupt me, legal fees that will bankrupt me. Even if they say fine, 1 year probation and fine. Oh, even if they say fine, 1 year probation and fine. My job requires that I have a clean background check. I'll lose my job, my business, and the tiny savings I have. I effed up more than once, and I know it is my fault. One final note, there was never any damage done to my grandmother, who, BT-dub, has probably only a few months to live. I always paid the bill and never with her money, but they don't seem to care.
Why are you using your Alzheimer's
honestly, that's on you.
Sophie.
That is. Edits, why haven't I built up my own credit? A, I have, but most of credit cards are around $500 limits. This card started at $4,000 and now is like $12,000. Why?
I don't know.
Build your own credit. I don't know. Why do you keep using it? A, first time after was because my wife fell and broke her arm on vacation. It was the only card I had that had enough credit on it to pay the bill. Other times it was just oversight. Last 2 or 3 times was I broke a tool for work and everything else was maxed out. I have to get back to work.
Sounds like OP is not great with money.
It really sounds like it's not good. My personal credit gets maxed out between May and September for my business. Now, as we go into October, it will get paid off nearly 90%. But can't they get like a business credit card?
You could, but
Yeah.
you still, I think you need like a business for that.
But they do have a business. They said for my business.
Well, but maybe it's like a side business and it's not like a legit business.
Number 4, why don't you delete this post? A, read F up number 1. This post is exactly what I told the cops first time I talked. They have me on tape. Number 5, who handles your grandmother's finances? A, I do. That's concerning. I have for 3 years. I also pay half her rent out of my own pocket. Plus, I was paying for her food, but that stopped.
I'm confused about this whole setup.
I don't get it. Number 6, how did this come about? A, we have a split family. My grandmother had 2 husbands, 5 kids with the first and 3 with the second. Team A does not like Team B, so there is one member of Team A that talks to Team B. I am Team B. Well, Team A never comes around, never helps or anything, but the go-between saw the credit card statements one day. She freaks out and calls to arms Team A. Instead of calling me to discuss it, they take it to the cops. Now Team A has harassed Team B for the last year, saying we stole all the money.
I see.
I don't. This person should not be handling credit cards.
Yeah, it doesn't like with all like the maxed out stuff.
Yeah. They're like,
feels
yeah, I maxed it out, so I had to use this card because it was the only one not maxed out.
a little sus.
Like, why are you handling your grandmother's finances?
If she has Alzheimer's, maybe there's no one that can handle the finances.
But it seems like there's a Team A and a Team B.
But it sounds like
They don't
Team
care. Yeah.
A doesn't want to help out.
Yeah.
But I feel like using the grandmother's credit card is kind of like a little sus.
It is.
Unless you're using it to pay her expenses, but it sounds like you're just using it
to pay for your vacation.
Yeah.
Which even though like OP said, oh, well, I'm paying it off, but still just like using your Alzheimer's grandmother's.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
It's not a great look.
No. But you know what has been a great look?
These stories that we just read.
read.
Yeah. It's called Sleepy Time Stories.
This has been Sleepy Time Stories with Sam and Sophia.
Silly songs with Larry. The part of the show where we sing silly songs.
What's that from?
VeggieTales.
Oh.
Silly songs with Larry.
That's a good one. With that, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
and see you tomorrow.